Imagine this. Every generation thinks it's playing a new game with money, yet the rules have barely changed. Your grandparents were told to save diligently in banks. Your parents were told to buy a home to secure their future, and now you're told to invest in stocks, crypto, or trendy digital assets. All of it seemed smart. All of it promised safety. But the real game wasn't what anyone was told. It was about who controls the system, who benefits from it, and who loses along the way. Your grandparents' savings were quietly drained by inflation and hidden fees. Your parents' property investments were framed as wealth, yet housing bubbles and debt trapped many, and now the platforms, algorithms, and flashy apps guiding your investments are designed to extract value, often without you realizing it. The more the system evolves, the more ordinary people think they're winning, while the rules still favor the few. For centuries, the financial system has been structured to move wealth upward. Your grandparents believed saving in banks made them secure, yet inflation, negative interest rates, and bank fees slowly eroded their hard-earned money. In the UK, inflation in the 1970s cut purchasing power by almost 50%. In Italy, the lira's slow devaluation meant savings held in deposits or bonds lost value almost annually. Across Europe and North America, people trusted the system to protect them, and the system quietly took a slice every step of the way. Then came your parents' generation, told that property was the safest path to wealth. A home is an investment that never fails. The mantra went, and for decades, this advice seemed reasonable. Yet a home doesn't generate income. Instead, it consumes cash through mortgages, taxes, maintenance, and upgrades. In Spain, the early 2000s housing boom lured families into massive debt, only for the 2008 crash to leave millions underwater. Ireland's property market collapsed so violently that entire neighborhoods were abandoned. Eben in TOK families who bought at the market peak often waited over a decade to recoup their investments. The illusion of security was deliberate, a system where debt and forced spending ensured ordinary people built value for lenders and developers rather than themselves. Your generation faces the next version of the same trap. Saving is presented as pointless, property as a slow wealth builder, and the new advice is to invest aggressively. Social media shouts, "Don't let your money sit idle, put it to work." Algorithms push stocks, crypto, ETFs, and digital assets. Some early adopters make fortunes, but the majority follow the rules without knowing the hidden fees, market manipulations, and systematic risks designed to favor insiders. The crypto crash of 2022 wiped out more than $2 trillion in paper wealth. Pension funds in Europe, once thought safe, teetered because they were loaded with derivatives labeled as low. Young investors unknowingly repeated the mistakes of previous generations, trusting systems they didn't design. The mechanics remain unchanged. Inflation siphons value from wages and savings, bubbles inflate quickly and collapse just as fast, and debt locks people into financial obligations. These forces repeatedly transfer wealth upward. History is clear. In ancient Rome, emperors debased the denarius, while the elite secured land and resources. In Weimar Germany, hyperinflation wiped out savings, while landowners and gold holders remained secure. After the 2008 crisis in Greece, pensioners suffered while foreign creditors were paid first. The system evolves, but extraction remains constant. Yet not everyone loses. History rewards those who understand the rules. In every gold rush, miners went bankrupt, but merchants selling tools, clothing, and supplies amassed wealth. Levi Strauss didn't dig for gold. He built a lasting empire selling jeans. In housing collapses, those who rented wisely or bought distressed properties prospered. Those who own productive assets, skills, or businesses that generate cash flow are insulated from most systemic traps. Understanding the pattern is essential. Every generation is fed new advice. Saving in banks, buying property, investing in markets, but the underlying mechanics remain the same. The majority chases promised security, unaware they are building wealth for the few. The minority focuses on assets that produce lasting value. True wealth isn't a trendy investment or a market speculation. It's assets that endure, generate income, or hold intrinsic value. Skills, businesses, providing essentials, and productive property create real wealth even when markets crash. Looking at 3 generations, the lessons are clear. Grandparents lost to inflation, parents to housing bubbles, and today, peers risk losing to algorithm-driven speculation. The system was never built for ordinary people to win. Understanding this liberates you. Once you see the patterns, you can stop chasing illusions and start positioning yourself differently. Real wealth comes from producing value, controlling assets, and leveraging opportunities that the system cannot quietly extract from you. The modern twist is digital. Apps, algorithms, and fintech platforms amplify speed and accessibility. But they also hide extraction mechanisms, trading fees, slippage, and automated portfolio adjustments that favor insiders. Recognizing these traps and investing in tangible, productive assets instead of hype-driven instruments is the difference between being a participant and being a fuel source for someone else's wealth. In essence, the financial game has been the same for generations, only the packaging changes. Those who understand cycles, own productive resources, and focus on value creation consistently win. Those who follow the rules blindly, regardless of the era, end up repeating the mistakes of the past. It isn't flashy. It isn't trendy. But it's the difference between being a participant who loses everything and someone who understands the rules and builds wealth over generations. Let's revisit the story. Grandparents lost to inflation. Parents lost to housing bubbles. And today, your peers risk falling for algorithm-driven speculation. But none of this is inevitable. The mistake isn't just following advice. It's assuming the system is built for you to win. It isn't. Seeing this truth is liberating because it allows you to step out of the game designed to extract your wealth. If you fail to break the cycle, the same illusions are passed to your children. But if you focus on real wealth, in assets that endure, in value others rely on, you step out of the trap. You stop fueling someone else's fortune and start writing your own rules. Don't let inflation quietly erode your savings. Don't treat a home as your only retirement plan. Don't chase bubbles disguised as opportunities. Build and own assets that survive crashes, outlast hype, and generate enduring value. When the dust settles, these are the people who retain both wealth and freedom. If this perspective opened your eyes, hit subscribe. History and modern finance offer lessons, and here we guide you to see them clearly.